Mr. Chao, during your interview with committee staff on November 1, you were presented with a document you had not seen before, and it was entitled Authority to Operate, signed by your boss on September 3rd, 2013. Is that correct?
Correct.
The Republican staffers told you during that interview that this document indicated there were two open high-risk findings in the federally facilitated marketplace launched October 1. Is that correct?
Correct.
This surprised you at the time.
Can I just qualify that a bit? It was dated September 3rd, and it was referring to two parts of the system that were already...
You're jumping ahead of me. We're going to get there. So when you were asked questions about that document, you told the staffers you needed to check with officials at CMS who oversee security testing to understand the context. Is that correct?
Correct.
The staffers continued to ask you questions nonetheless, and then they, or somebody, leaked parts of your transcript to CBS Evening News. Is that correct?
Seems that way.
Since that interview, have you had a chance to follow up on your suggestion to check with CMS officials on the context?
I've had some discussions about the nature of the high findings that were in the document.
And this document, it turns out, discusses only the risks associated with two modules, one for dental plans and one for the qualified health plans. Is that correct?
Yes.
And neither of those modules is active right now. Is that correct?
That's correct.
So the September 3rd document did, in fact, not apply to the federally facilitated marketplace, despite the assertions of the leak to CBS notwithstanding. Is that correct?
That's correct.
And these modules allow insurance companies to submit their dental or health plan information to the marketplace. Is that correct?
Correct.
That means those modules do not contain or transmit any personally identified information on individual consumers. Is that correct?
Correct.
So, to be clear, these modules don't transmit any specific user information. Is that correct?
Correct.
So when CBS Evening News ran its report based on a leak, presumably from the majority staff, but we don't know, of a partial transcript, excerpts from a partial transcript, they said that security issues raised in the document, and I quote, could lead to identity theft among buying insurance. That cannot be true based on what we just established in our back and forth. Is that correct?
That's correct. I think there was some rearrangement of the words that I used during the testimony and how it was portrayed.
So to just summarize, correct me if I'm wrong, the document leaked to CBS Evening News did in fact not relate to parts of the website that were active on October 1. They did not relate to any part of the system that handles personal consumer information, and there in fact was no possibility of identity theft despite the leak.
Correct.
Thank you, Mr. Chao. I yield back.